Interesting.
Wonderful.
Because hearing about your journeys, this seems inevitable, right? Because throughout your path, you're just picking up all these skills that become very vital to the business that you're running. So I would say, especially, a business degree, that really already sets you in a different mindset than most people. So what were one of the main obstacles that you encountered running your business when you started? Especially, because you said you started in 2019 and then COVID happened, which kind of messed up a lot of work for a lot of people, especially because a lot of film people, especially who couldn't work anymore because of all the productions were shut down. So can you speak about how the early business hurdles when you started your company and how you survived COVID, basically?
Well, I feel like, shout out to y'all. Y'all went to film school and different things like that. But I felt like that was a gift and a curse, for certain people. When you think too conventional, you only think it's one way, right? For us, how we see our company is that we're a company first, and then we have services that we offer, and we just so happen to do video, right? The principles of the proper way to do production is not that for us. So when we went through the pandemic, our biggest issue was like, we ain't got no money. First thing. Okay, what is not getting us money? Okay, cool. What do people want to buy? What is the issue right now? Okay, we're doing the pandemic. What is the age bracket that people are not tapping into? Okay, the 50 plus, they don't know Instagram, right? So let's go to some of these restaurants who said, hey, we're going to do this thing called social media because you don't have no business right now. Let's figure it out. So that was some of our first clients, right? And then and also, because we don't really have obstacles, we like to call, I guess we would call those things observations then instead of obstacles. It's like, okay, cool. Like, what do we observe what the problem is? And then let's find a solution, So that's kind of how we do. We don't be like, damn, we ain't got no money. We ain't making it happen for ourselves. Well, okay, cool. Why don't we have no money?
How do we solve that problem?
It's real community based, though. I like that approach.
Yeah. So yeah, we have a lot of conversations about that too. So
Yeah, and the observations that we had was, all right, if everything is shut down, what is still moving? So businesses all went virtual, right? So we got a lot of jobs of like things that would have happened in the real world that they wanted to still happen, but just virtually. So we did a couple of like galas and block party festivals that they would have traditionally had, it was a Bayview. I forget the actual name of the festival. Patrol Hill.
Yeah,
Patrol Hill Festival. Yeah. Their annual thing that brings in their money, right? They were like, we need to figure out a way to make this still happen. So we got in contact with them, and we basically just did drive-by productions where we went to this person's house and we filmed them doing a music set. We went to this location and we did all the interview stuff. We went to this location and got B-roll, and then we put that together for a live stream. And then they were able to still raise money for their annual fundraising thing and put it up. Another one was distance learning for kids.
Long distance, yeah.
Since he was in Seattle working with kids out that way, we were able to tap into Renton School District and do virtual programming for some of the kids that were at home. So we did basically art curriculum and
it was a financial awareness.
For like the whole semester. So like the whole fall semester, we would be meeting with these kids like 4 days a week. We had our whole little system.
Second graders.
We look like YouTubers to them that's interacting with them, so they think it's cool. We're coming in live into their home, so we see the parents, we see little siblings in the background, and we realized doing that that's a revenue and a business that we wanted to continue, especially with our backgrounds of going to all the nonprofits and youth programming.
Yeah,
they're talented too.
They was killing it, and we was like teaching them how to be their own media production company. So that's the key underlining thing with everything that we do is that we want to give the freedom of just, these kids are like somebody, struggling, you know what I mean? They're trying to find a way to make some money or whatever like that. And imagine if this second grader could make a logo for somebody or whatever like that, like this is like getting their minds to understand like how the things that are feeding them, that is like, as far as like marketing assets, like they're looking at all these logos, characters, and different things. Now they know that I can make that, you know, and people are making money from me looking at this.
That's
you know?
right.
Right.
So
That's
yeah.
amazing.